So in this video I'm going to discuss the max array problem which occurred in today's CODECHEF challenge. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ping me up on Instagram. Even you can join my Discord server. I will provide both the links in the comment section. I'll pin them. So this is stated that you're given a simple array of size n, and you have to make an array which will be the max. That is, you can choose certain elements from the array and find the max of that and put it in that array, and again choose some elements and find the max of it and put it in the array. So whatever the max array will be, it should be lexicographically the greatest one. Okay, so over here, so we can choose 0 1 2 3. So max of this will be 4, and then we can choose 2, the max of which will be 0. So it can be proven that this is the largest or the greatest max array that can be formed from this. When I say greatest, I mean lexicographically. Okay, so the best approach would be, the very novice thing will be like very minute thing. If you note, okay, if there are no zeros, then the max array will be, it will be 0 n times. Okay, so this is a basic thing, that is, in this case there is no 0, so it will be 0 will be printed n times. Okay, that is one time. But other than this, there are few concepts. Okay, so you have to use DP, that is dynamic programming. That is, you have to go on searching. So I won't give you the whole concept because of the plagiarism thing, but I will give you the logic behind this DP thing. Okay, so for 0, we know that, so we will be first sorting, or maybe like finding the frequency of all the elements from 0 to n. Okay, find all the frequency of 0 to n. So for this, that is 5. So the frequency array will look somewhat like this: 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4 5. So what is 0? 0 is present one time, 1 is present one time, 2 is present two times, 3 is present one time, and the rest are present 0 times. Okay, so what you have to do is, first of all, find the first element. Okay, that is 0. So if there is a 0, we don't need to consider the rest of the elements. Okay, so if there is a 0, let's say there was only one 0. Okay, as in this case, so we can say that the max array will be 1, right? Because there is only one 0 for this array, the max array will be 1, right? So we can write it as 1. Okay, so there is, so let's say the final max array, this is the max array. So this is also can be represented as a frequency array of size this. Okay, so we can say that at this moment there is only 1. Now there is a 1 over here, right? So if the max of this is 1 and there is another 1 over here, now the concept of DP comes. So we can say that this 1 can be overwritten as 2. So since this can be overwritten as 2, so we can also say one more thing, that we have to decrease the frequency of 1 by 1. That is, we have to make this 0 and increase the frequency of 2 by 1, right? So it is 1. For this, there are two 2's. Okay, so now the max array looks like this, 2. So if there is a 2 in it, so 1, so this will be rewritten as 3, but there is an extra 2, right? Because we have two 2's. So 1 2 is going to make this max as 3, and there is another 2 which is going to make another max element as 0. So we are going to make this 0 as 1, and again frequency of 2 minus minus, that is this, and frequency of 3 plus plus. Okay, now check for 3 is also having a frequency of 1, so this is going to make this as 4. So frequency of 3 becomes 0 and 4 becomes 1, right? And the remaining remains 0. So what is this array stating? The frequency array of max, it is stating that there is 1 4 and 1 0. So if you notice over here, there is 1 4 and 1 0. Similarly for this 0 0, so what is the max array going to look like? Since there are two zeros, so we have to print two 1s at the beginning, and there is no other operation that we have to perform. So the answer is 2 1s. So now a little bit I can give you a hint about this. That is, you have to traverse throughout the whole frequency array, and there are two conditions. If frequency of I is greater than equal to frequency of I minus 1, and the else. of this condition. Okay, so this tells us what we have to do. Remember one thing, if we see that if this is greater than this element, the previous element, then we can say one thing, that there is a 0 getting added, not 1 0. How many zeros are getting added? This minus this zeros, that is 2 minus 1, that is 1. Basically 1 0 is getting added, but this is because there is 2 minus 1. And once we have traversed till this position, so we are going to rewrite this as this. Okay, so remember one thing. So let's do this once again. Okay, so for this I am drawing it over here. This is 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so 0 is present one time, 1, this is 2, this is one time, and these are 2. And the frequency of the max array looks somewhat like this. Sorry, 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so for 0, since there is 1, so we make this 1. Again for 1, this is 1, that is this condition. Okay, this condition. So we replace this with the frequency of 1, that is 0, and we make this as the frequency of this, that is 1, right? Now see, 2 and 1, which condition is going to satisfy over here? Is frequency of I greater than equal to? Yeah, this is greater than equal to, that is this condition. So for this, since, remember one thing, since this is greater, okay, since this is greater, so we have to place 1 0 over here. Okay, so remember one thing, if frequency of I is greater than frequency of I minus 1, in that case we have to place some amount of zeros over here. Okay, some amount of zeros over in the max array. Okay, so that is how many zeros we are going to put? 2 minus 1, that is 1. So this becomes 1. Okay, and this gets overwritten as the previous one, that is 1. Now see which condition, 1 is this condition only, greater than equal to, right? So what we are going to do, the same thing, we are going to make this 2, that is the previous element, as minus minus, and this as plus plus. Okay, this, then again this, so this as minus minus and this as plus plus. So this is what we are left with, 1 and 1. So we have to print 4 and 0. How many times we are going to print 4? One time, and 0 one time. Okay, so this is like, I am not going to explain you the whole thing, but I hope this is going to give you the gist of the whole thing, that how you have to code it. So that's it from my side. Thank you.